All Stars Extravaganza is tonight for Ring of Honor, and a lot of these matches are pretty interesting to say the least. Because there is one match I have no idea what's going on in that one, but we'll get that a little bit later. First off, let's go. How they have this? Let's go at the bottom of the top because I'm assuming that's how they're going to do this. First off, Dalton Castle versus Silas Young in a very interesting match. If Silas Young wins, Dalton Castle must give his boys, the ones with the fans, to Silas, and he will bring them to become real men. But if Castle wins, Silas must become one of Castle's boys. Now, this was a few months ago. I would honestly say Silas Young will win because I absolutely hated Dalton Castle, just because, not for him, not just for his, not because of his gimmick or anything. It probably is mostly because of his gimmick. It was just very awkward, and I'm like, this fucking guy is like, what is he doing? And that's the reactions people would want at first, I would say. But after his match with Liger, I've had respect for him. But it's interesting because I want to know who these boys actually are. I want to know who they are. So I want to say Silas wins this one, just based on I'm asking, we'll figure out who they are, and hopefully they'll become a tag team. But on the other hand, I would not be surprised if Castle won, and it would be interesting to see Silas be one of the boys. I'll say that much. Cedric Alexander versus Moose in a no disqualification match. Now, a few months ago, Moose he had his streak broken by Cedric Alexander, and of course, even though they didn't say it, Betty Scott will be in the corner of Cedric Alexander, and Stokely Hathaway will be in the corner of Moose. Now, this match is no disqualification, which is very hard to pick because I've never seen Moose in this type of matchup. I mean, a triple threat's pretty much no disqualification either way, but this is a one-on-one no disqualification, so you never know what's going to happen here. It would be easy to say that Cedric could have the wrench involved and get an easy win, which honestly, that's probably what's going to happen. However, I doubt this will happen. I honestly see Moose getting his win back against Alexander, and the Moose is very impressive, I'll say that much. I mean, it's probably one of the best upcomers I've seen in a long time. So, just give him his win back, I guess. It's the only way to say that. The Briscoes, Jay and Mark Briscoe, will face an unknown team, which is still unknown to this point. I can't really say anything about this match because I don't know who the other team is, because it could be pretty much anybody in wrestling. It could be any team in the history of professional wrestling. So I'm just going to not worry about that one and just hope it's a good match regardless. But we have a tag team match to make up for that. The Addiction, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, defend the World Tag Team Championships of the world against the Kingdom's Matt Taven and Michael Bennett, with Maria Kanellis at ringside, and the Young Bucks in a triple threat match. This match was originally going to be just the Kingdom and the Addiction, but a couple weeks ago on Ring of Honor's television, it was a champion versus champion match. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was a well, technically it was, because at that time the Young Bucks were IWGP Tag Team Champions, but they're not anymore. Could have been champion versus champion at that point, but it was for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, the Addiction. The Kingdom got involved, the match was thrown out, and the Young Bucks got their new shot thanks to Nitro McGuinness. With this match, I don't really care who wins. I mean, I can say that for a lot of these matches, because all of these matches are great with a lot of talent, but I don't really know where you can go. I honestly believe we'll have a new champion. I don't know who it will be, though, so we'll just leave it to that. And a match that I don't even remember this was here, but this came out of nowhere, I believe. A singles match in a best of 5 series. This is match number 3. ACH versus Matt Sydal. I don't even remember where this happened. I don't even know I just want to assume they each have a win. I'm just going to assume they each have a win, And this is a match that will be pivotal in this match because I don't remember seeing any of the other ones. Again, I don't really care who wins this one. And I'm not saying because I'm not saying that I get through this quickly. I'm just saying because these are really good matches. A lot of these are really good matches. But Matt Sydal, for those who don't know, is the former Evan Bourne, and I knew him as Matt Sydal honestly since the WSX days. But I just want to say that ACH is a hell of a talent, but I honestly think Sydal will win this one. In a 4-corner Survivors match for the number one contendership of the world title, AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong versus Adam Cole versus Michael Elgin. Now this one gets a little more interesting, only because Roderick Strong recently had a title match against Jay Lethal, a title shot rather against Jay Lethal, after Roderick Strong had a 60-minute draw on the last pay-per-view with Lethal, leading to the other title match, which was on the same card as the Young Buck Addiction match. And I don't want to count out Roderick Strong, but he's already had 2 cracks at the title, and honestly, you need to give it to someone else. But if anything, I can just base this off of elimination factor here. Even though it's not an elimination match, I can just say who will win and who will not win. Strong probably not win because he already had 2 shots at it. Michael Elgin has rarely been anywhere so far, so putting him in this match is just putting him in for the sake of putting him in. He's a great talent, but I don't think he'll win that one. Which leaves me to 2 people, Adam Cole and AJ Styles. Honestly, I think that probably be the way it'll end. It'll just be down to these 2 men, Strong and Elgin be on the outside, and I wouldn't mind seeing either one of these matches, because I have to base it on what might happen in the other matches. But I have to say, as much as I want AJ Styles to win, he has commitments in Japan, so I'm going to say Adam Cole wins it. And in a kind of double main event, Jay Lethal will defend both the television and world championships. First off, he defends the television title against Bobby Fish. And it's interesting because I don't know what to do with this one, because it does depend on what happens in the main event. But I'm going to say that Lethal has held the television title for a very long time, so I wouldn't mind it being on Bobby Fish. But by the way, Redragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, who recently won them against the Young Bucks in Japan. And I honestly think we'll have a new television champion in Bobby Fish. And for the world title, Jay Lethal defends against Kyle O'Reilly. And I don't know on this one, because Kyle's also had shots after shot for both the television and world championship against Jay Lethal. And it's interesting, because as much as I would want Kyle O'Reilly to succeed, you need Jay Lethal to have a good run with the championship. So unfortunately, Lethal will probably retain, but we could have a television champion, and then Redragon could probably go for that belt if they were to go that way. But All-Star Extravaganza is tonight, and it will be a great show, especially with the show tomorrow on Saturday following it.